Hi guys, my name is Megan and this is my sister Amber.
Hi!
And today's video is going to be a little different. As you guys can probably tell from the title, we are making my reading journal. So 2022, Amber and I started a journal making Etsy shop, which I will have linked down in the description if you guys want to check out some of the journals we've made and some of the notebooks and other things that we've got there. But yeah, so we figured, you know, since we started this company, we would make my reading journal. Hi guys, and welcome to the voiceover portion of this video. To start off with, I would like to just recommend that if you are under 18, you have adult supervision toward this project. And if you guys see anything in this video that you would like more instruction on, we will leave some videos down in the description box. But yeah, anyway, this first part of the video, we are cutting the chipboard for the cover pieces. So this will yield us 2 cover pieces as well as the spine piece. Okay, so as for your fabric, you're going to want about either a fat quarter or a 1/3 of a yard piece of fabric, and you'll probably need to cut it down. And then we're going to use some heat bond here to adhere some mulberry paper or tissue paper to our fabric to be a glue barrier between the fabric and the boards. And this is like a cheap way to do binding cloth. And then you'll just iron them together, and then from there you're all set to get started on gluing your cover together. And the glue that we're using in this is a PVA neutral glue. This particular kind is used for bookbinding specifically, and you don't want to use too much glue, but you also don't want to use like not enough. And you probably will want to use a straight edge to make sure your pieces are all in alignment. And then we are cutting off the excess fabric here, so you want to leave maybe, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so, so that way you have some fabric so you can fold it over and create a nice edge on your notebook. And then the corners of your fabric, you're gonna want to cut at about a 45-degree angle, so that way they come to a nice point when you glue them down. And again, you want to use a bit of glue, but you know, not so much that it's seeping through your fabric. And then after you are done gluing, you're going to want to put some weight on this and let the glue dry for at least an hour before you move on to the next step. If you have longer to let this sit and dry, the better. Okay, and then from here we are going to be putting in our holes for when we bind the book. We definitely recommend using a straight edge. Okay, and then we are on to cutting our end papers. So for this particular one, we used a scrapbook paper that went really nicely with the fabric that we chose, and we are also putting in some ribbon ties. So again, you want to use, you know, enough glue to hold everything, but you know, not so much that it seeps through everything. And we're using the same PVA neutral glue here. And then we are gluing our end pages on. Again, use enough glue to cover everything, and then you make sure that you get your edges of your paper because you don't want those coming up. And then next up, we are cutting some pockets to go on the front and back covers. You know, we went with some paper that looked really nice against the end papers that we had already chosen, and, you know, go with the cover of the book. And then when you're putting in the pockets, you're gonna want to just put glue on 3 edges. And for my journal, we went with a double pocket on the front and just a single pocket on the back. And then here we are putting some weights on it to let it dry for at least an hour. And then here we are choosing some paper and getting our papers ready for making our signatures. We are using some tea-dyed paper in this journal, and we would recommend that if you're going to put like pictures or writing using like a regular pen, that you put that on another piece of paper and glue that in, just because tea-dyed paper can be acidic and eat through your pen or sometimes through photos. So just, you know, little FYI there. And then here we are sorting out which papers go in which signature. And for each of these signatures, I think we went with 12 pieces of paper, and we tried to split everything out evenly between them all. And here we are putting in the holes for our binding. So when you're doing this, please have some adult supervision. And then we are cutting out some scrap fabric from the cover to cover the spine in the middle of our books. That way everything looks all nice and neat and professional. And we're going to glue this down just like we did with the cover material. Okay, and then we are now on to sewing some lace and ribbon to the papers that we're going to be using for our signatures. And it is safe to use paper through your sewing machine. For this, you're going to need to use a universal needle. Okay, and then we are on to putting our holes into our signatures. So we do have a guide that we've made for ourselves. So for this, we want to make sure our paper are all lined up. We are using some sewing clips here to keep our pages in order. Anyway, then we poke the holes through. And then when we are binding our notebooks, we use embroidery thread put through some beeswax. And then we use a bookbinding needle to go through our books. And sometimes the needles don't want to go through the covers and all the pages at once, so you might need a pair of pliers or just use the pressure of pushing the book down on the table to get the needle through. Okay, and then once we have our strings back through, then we want to tie them at least 3 times into a really tight knot. And from here you can leave your string in a little bow, or you can cut it however short you like. And then here is the little cover plate that my sister made for me. Let me just glue that down and make sure it's, you know, to get the edges really well. Then you're all set, and then we have a little journal flip through, and yeah. What do you guys think? So that is the process of how we made my lovely reading journal. Mostly due to Amber. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really like it. If you guys want a reading journal like this one, definitely check out our shop. We've got
3 listed at the moment.
As of filming this video.
Yes.
But yeah, if you guys want something custom kind of like this, check out our link down there. Otherwise, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget the like button. And if you haven't already and would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow us on social media for more bookish stuff, and our shop Instagram down there as well, go ahead and hit those follow buttons. Alrighty, bye guys!
Bye!